Okay, so hello. Now can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so your voice is very slow.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, so now it's clear. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now it's great. Okay. So hope are you well? And basically you can send me a code link. This code link, you try to face some problem on Google Earth Engine. Okay, so now let's talk about this problem.
Yeah. I'm looking at how I
So
can
is there
export
a way
all
of
of them once.
download the data for the whole classes once, yes, instead of the
Yes.
copying the up one after other? Yeah, so if you want, you can also download the data for the whole classes in each year. Suppose a specific time, year of 2021 or year of any time period, you can also download it the data for the all of the classes. Okay, so for that, okay, so you can send me this. Okay, okay, you can download all of those data. Yeah, so it also possible. And in this code, you can, okay. So now what you want to need in this code? Okay, so what is the problem in this code?
Uh, One, I can download all the data.
Yeah, all the data such as you need to download it the all of the classes such as
Yes.
yeah, all of the classes data you want to download, and what's the format you want to need? TIFF format.
Uh, I think so, yes.
Yeah, so TIFF
And the graph as well.
uh,
The time series.
time series means that you want to calculate it, the area and create the time series like that.
Yes, for each of the VIs, for each of the
Each of the,
NDVI.
so I think
Can I can
previous,
I
yeah, so previous day
can
we
I
also,
share my screen?
yeah, you can share the screen, that's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so simply share the screen. Yeah. Yeah, so now it's visible.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
So how can I get all this graph like this?
So graph,
Then
you
also
already generate the graph. Yeah.
now the problem is I'm generating them one by one instead
Okay,
of
so in
generating
this
for all
time,
the class.
this graph is creating only for the one class. One class means that
Yes,
only for the cropland. But in this time, you
yes,
want to create the graph. All of those classes result you want to display at the same graph.
yes,
Yeah. Okay. So it's also possible for that, and it also better display for your data. So in the same meantime,
yes,
we can get all of those classes, and all of the classes. What is the condition for the NDVI? What is the condition for the ET? What is the condition for the
yes,
SABI? We can get all of those classes
yes,
at the same time. Yeah. So it also
yes,
possible for that. Yeah.
and also get the map and also get the TIF maps
What's the map?
for
It's
all the classes.
NDVI map, or I don't understand the second part about that. What's the map you want to need?
This TIF like the map for NDVI, SAVI, EVI, you can see my cursor.
Yeah.
That place I'm
Okay. So in this
uh,
time, it's just only showing the time series chart, not showing the map.
yes.
Okay. Okay. So it also possible, and we can get this NDVI map, EVI map, all of the things at a. Okay. So first of all, we try to solve the problem about that. How you can easily create the uh, all of those classes at the same time. You want to create and observe what is the NDVI, what is the savvy. So this type of analysis, first of all, we try to do, and then we also move to the making the map NDVI, all of the things. Okay. Okay. So first of all,
Then
I will. Okay, and then what's
can all this map, can I get it in just one map, all of them, like NDVI, Savvy, EVI, in one map? Is it possible?
no, it's not possible. For the in this time when you want to do that, it also overlay. It overlay with the NDVI, EVI, savvy. It also overlay. So that's why when you want to represent
Okay.
it, this type of map, you want to make the separately NDVI map, savvy map. Okay, this type of map you want to create the separately and also do that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, okay. So first of all, okay. So in this time, I want
You
to
know,
yeah.
the last problem I have is that there is no satellite image for 1992 in my study area and 1997.
Okay. So this is another problem. So I
I
think
don't
it
know if you can check.
yeah, 1992 and also 1997.
Yes, for my study area, there's no
It's the
satellite
Landsat
image.
image, yeah, Landsat.
Yeah.
Okay, so it also okay. Then we have to also use the another image collection for that. Then we can easily get this type of result. There is no problem. Okay, okay. So let's go about our first problem. We try to solve that, and next we also try to think about that. Okay, so let's go. So in this time, I will. Okay, so okay, just a minute. I simply open my code and then share this screen.
Okay. Let me share the link with you.
Yeah, I can also share the link with me. Then it's so better. Yeah.
I've sent it to WhatsApp.
So can you share the in the Google Meet? Then it's so better. Otherwise, I also need to open the WhatsApp again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Class 1992. Okay. I should stop sharing.
Yeah. So now I can stop the sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, and I also share the screen. Okay, so let's go about that. Okay, so before applying this method in this code, first of all, I will try to show my previous code about that. Then you can get the idea, and you can easily use the same idea on your work. I hope. So let's go. So okay, so I want to open my code such as pricing open. Okay, so in this time we want to observe what is the condition for all of those classes for NDVI. what is the condition for all of the classes for the NDVI. We try to make that. Okay, so these are land use land cover classification map. And now I want to observe all of the classes. What is the condition for this NDVI times NDVI, or same process you can also apply for the Savi. Same process you can apply for the other types of indices for creating the time series chart. Okay, so just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go about our code. So in this time here you can see I created this area, and I also make the classes such as I make the class for that water, urban, vegetation, and barren land. In this time, I want to create the NDVI. What is the NDVI condition for the water, urban, and vegetation, and barren land for any specific time period? Okay. So let's go about that. First of all, we need to create the classes. Okay. So let's go. So first of all, I simply create a comment. Suppose I want to connect to the raster to vector conversion. Okay, first of all I need the raster to vector conversion for all of those. Suppose water, urban, vegetation, barren land, I want to convert it from raster to vector. So for that, what can I do? So first of all, I simply take a variable. Suppose I put the variable name such as water. Okay, in this water I want to call my classified image. So here you can see my classified image variable name. What is the variable name? So this classified variable name is classified. I simply copy this variable name and then paste here. Then I need to select what is the value. What is the value for the water? I need to select. So simply use the equal to 0. Okay, because water is the 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Okay. After that, I also take a variable, suppose urban, okay, and put this classified and set equal to what's the value for urban? Urban is that 1, and then take another variable. Suppose this variable is that I can put the variable name, suppose vegetation, and call this classified image. Basically, classified this variable stored my full land use land cover classification. Okay. Then equal to set, I set the 0, 1, then what is the vegetation for 2, and also set for the another variable, suppose bare land, and use here this classified and set equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I can simply select my all of those class. Okay, so now I need to just make this raster to vector. So in this time, all of the things will be raster: water raster, urban raster, vegetation raster, barren raster. So this type of raster data I need to convert into vector. Okay, so let's go about that. So for that, we can simply take a variable again. Suppose I put the variable name, suppose class water. Okay, and I can use any variable. I simply use the class water, and then I simply call this classified this variable, and then use here update marks. Okay, update marks. I can simply put here the update marks with water, this variable. Okay, simply copy and paste here. Okay, update marks with water, and then simply use a function, this function called the reduce to vectors. Okay, reduce to vectors, and put all of the argument one by one. I make a dictionary in here before curly bracket start, as well as also I put here the curly bracket in. Okay, so first of all, you can see what is the reducer. I want to reducer is not needed this time, so I simply remove that. I need only for the geometry. So put here the geometry. Geometry is that our shapefile variable name. Shapefile variable name, you can check what is the shapefile variable name. Shapefile variable RY. So I simply use there the RY as a geometry is that ROI. Then scale. Scale is the resolution of your satellite image. It is that 30-meter resolution. Okay. Then geometry not need. I simply remove that. All of that I simply remove that. It's not need. Okay. Simply remove that. Okay. So now I can check all of the things will be same. So I simply copy the same code and paste here one time and make this, suppose this is the class of urban, put the urban, and then put here this classified same update marks and put here this variable urban. Simply copy that and paste here. Okay, and all of the things will be same. Okay, after that I just copy again in here. Sorry, I simply copy the same code again. Simply copy and paste here and call this is the vegetation, class of vegetation, and then simply call this classified update marks. In this time I simply put here the urban, and in this time I put here this vegetation, this variable. Okay, simply copy and paste here. Same process, I simply copy the same code again and paste here, and then put here this class parent and then simply call this parent variable and paste it. Okay, so now it's done. So now I convert all of this class as a vector. Okay, from raster to vector I convert. Okay, so now if you want, you can also make this make the layer and also try to show all of the things step by step. Suppose you want to show the what is the raster of the, you can display the layer also. Suppose you want to show the vector class, you can say vector. In this time you can get the vector. So I simply call this class of water. I want to display this layer as a vector, and this just show the display. Okay, and then put here suppose curly bracket and put this name. This is that water vector. Click to the run. We need to use here the comma sign. Click to the run. So now we can get the another class for the water as a vector. Okay, so now I can see all of this water body convert into as a vector. So this is the all of those water body. Okay, so it including the river, all of the things water body convert as a vector. Okay. So now I want to just create about the result, such as I want to make, suppose I need to create the some list. Okay, so for the list we can create the list such as okay, so I simply copy. Okay, I that's not copy, I write the code, just a minute. So take the water, this is our water, we can get all of the water body in here, water body vector layer we can get in here. Okay, so now I just try to add the another thing is that I want to, if you want you can also print the trees, suppose you can simply print that. So simply print this class water and check about this condition about this vector from your console tab. I also make the notation, then we can easily identify about that class water. Okay, you can see class water. We can get feature number. You can see for the class water how much feature we can get. For the water we can get total 2303. Okay, polygon we can get total 2303 polygon in here. A lot of polygon you can get in here. So in this time we can get this, check there how many vector area we can got in here, how many polygon we can got in here. For this we can also check about that result. Okay, so now we need to create the list. So for that, okay, so I simply make this variable name, suppose take a variable and put the variable name, suppose water, suppose water list. Okay, after water list I can simply call this class water and paste, and then make a code for that, use at the toList function. So toList function. Okay, in this toList function I want to mention here the array. This array is that I simply call this class water and paste here and use a function. This function is that size function. Okay, how much number we can got in here, size function. Okay, so now I can simply do that. Okay, so now I can get this result look like this. So now I want to create a function. This function create all of those feature and make the one feature. Okay, so for that I can simply take a variable in here. Suppose I can put the variable name, suppose geometry of geometry, suppose water. Yeah, you can use any variable name. Geom for water, I can put this variable name. After that you can simply call the water list. Simply I need to create a function. Okay, so I create a function. So for that I can simply use here the function keyword, and then put here this function keyword name, suppose element, ele, you can use any name, and then put here this curly bracket. In this curly bracket we can define our argument. Our argument is that it will be return e dot feature ele element as a geometry. So put here the geometry function. Okay, we can get a geometry function in here. In this time I can simply copy this variable name and paste here and use here the map function for connecting this function with this other. So connecting it. Okay, so now it connects. Okay, so now in this time we also put the same way. So put the same way for that. In this time water is finished. So in this time we also need to create for the suppose then water, then urban vegetation, barren land, water. So all of time we need to the same way we need to apply in here. Okay, so let's go about that. We can just try to use the same code. Just we can simply copy. So just I can simply copy from here. So I simply copy.
Why not use that the link I sent, because I'm confused.
Okay, basically in this time when I want to applying this in here, it will be a lot of code line in here, so it also difficult for me to your understand. Okay, so first of all I will try to use this same small area for that and also try to observe what the result we can got. Then you can also apply the same code in here and also try to make your own code. Okay, then it also better for your also study. Okay, so let's go in this time. Okay, so water is finished, so then we move to the vegetation. Okay, so trees we can put here. So now I can simply use here that I simply call this variable name for Okay, class of water, simply copy same variable I want to use and paste here. In this time, what happened? You can see class water I already defined as a variable and use at the var keyword in here. So I already use the var keyword. So in this time, when I want to use the same variable, then in this time I not to use here the var keyword. Okay, because I already used the var keyword. So then simply use here the equal sign. After that, I need to add here this code about that EE feature collection. I want to make the convert as a feature collection EE dot feature collection EE dot feature collection, and then put here EE dot geometry. Need to conversion the geometry dot multi polygon. Sorry, multi polygon. I need to use this. What is the wrong? Okay, M is the uppercase. Multi polygon. If here polygon. Okay, so P is also uppercase. Okay, so now it's okay. Multi E that is a multi polygon function, and then simply call this variable name. Simply copy and paste here. Okay. Okay, so now it will be okay for that water. Okay, so now trees, it will be okay. There is no problem about that. In this time, we are applying the same things also for the other class, such as vegetation, other things. We can simply apply about that. Okay, so let's go. So for that, I can simply take a variable again. Suppose I can simply put this variable name is that. Okay, so I simply copy that from here. I copy the same code from here. I copy and paste. Now I write the code for what is my class is for urban. Okay, so I simply put here the urban list, and then call this the variable name of urban. Okay, so now call this variable name the class instead of the class water. I can simply put here the class urban, and you can get where I can get this variable name. You can say I can get the variable name from here. Okay, so I simply use the same variable name, and then also call the class water. So class water in this time use here this the number of class urban. Okay, same. Just I change it. So I simply put here the variable name. Suppose urban. Then water list. In this time I use here the urban list. Simply copy and paste. Okay. Then all of the things will be same.
Yes.
So we need to the same function. There is no change. And after that, function will be same. Then I can simply call here this class water. This class water will be just we can use at the class urban. Simply copy this variable name and then paste here. Okay. In this time we can simply use here this variable name. Simply copy and paste here. So now it also okay. There is the it also finish. Okay. So you can see when you want to develop the one code, then you can easily apply the same code again and again and make your analysis. Okay. So it will also reduce your time. Just copy, just simply change the variable name. Okay, so now I can simply copy the same code again from here. After urban, you can work for the vegetation. Okay, yeah, vegetation. Okay, if you want, you can also show the result. Suppose you want to show the result about that. So just you can simply map rotate layer and then show this class. There is no problem. Okay, so in this time we're not showing that, so we can simply copy and make the code for the vegetation. So in this time what can we do? Just we can simply put here the urban list. We can put here this, take a variable, suppose vegetation list. Okay, after that in this time it will be class for our vegetation. So just you can see class for vegetation, simply copy and paste in here. Okay, and make the list. It will be class urban. In this time it will be class vegetation. Okay, just simply put here this class vegetation. So put here this class vegetation. Okay, and then also same way for that it will be just I simply change the take a variable, suppose vegetation. Okay, and it will be vegetation list. Simply copy this variable name and paste here. This function will be same, and then also we can use this class of vegetation. Simply copy and paste here the vegetation. Okay, then multi-polygon, same function. Simply copy this again and paste here. Okay, so it also done for the vegetation. And finally we have also barren land. Just simply copy the same code again and write the code for the barren land. Simply copy and paste here, and then put here this vegetation. I simply put here this, suppose take a variable, suppose bare land list. Okay, then simply call the class visit. In this time we can class barren land. So you can see class barren land we can already create it in here. So this is the class barren land. Simply copy the class barren land and then apply in here. So class barren land. Okay, and also use here this class barren land list. Okay, and then it will be changed. I take the variable name, suppose barren land, and also simply copy the variable name and paste here. And then this function will be same. I simply put this, change the name, suppose in this time class barren land, same variable name. This variable you already declare. You can see we already declare in here. Okay, the same variable you can also use in here. Okay, so now it will be also simply copy this and paste here. Okay, so now all of the classes we can convert as a multi-polygon. Okay, so now we want to use this as a and create this chart about that. Okay, so in this time we need to create a feature collection. Okay, so for that we can simply take a variable. Suppose all of those class we want to display the chart at the same time. Okay, so for that take a variable. Suppose I put the variable name is the regions. You can use any variable name, and then use at the ee dot. Take a variable and put the ee dot feature collection. Okay, ee dot feature collection, and then in this feature collection we want to make a list. So we want to make the list all of the things. So all of the class we want to make the list, such as vegetation, all of the things we want to create in here. Okay, so in this time we can simply call this. Suppose first of all you can see all of the list, all of the class list. So it is first of the class of water. Simply copy and paste here. Okay, then we also use here this second class is what is the class second class class urban. Simply copy and paste here. After that, what is that third class? You can simply copy this variable name of the third class vegetation. Simply copy and paste here. After that, simply paste the another thing is that for the class of barren land. So this is the class of barren land. Simply copy and then paste here. Okay, so all of the classes, all of the variable name we can call and put in here. Okay, so now I want to just try to make the chart, and for the we want to create the NDVI chart. Suppose we create the NDVI, and now we want to make the NDVI chart for all of those classes. Okay, so if you want you can also print that. So simply print. Suppose I want to show what the region you can get. I put the regions and simply call the variable name. Just we show the result, what types of result we can got in here. Click to the run. Okay, what is the problem? Okay, so we also need to use a function in here. This function, okay, flatten function need to use in here. So I simply add this function, flatten function, and then try to run again. Dot flatten. Now click to the run again. working. Okay, we can make the mistake in here. This is the variable name we already declared, so that's why in this time we don't need to use here the quotation. Okay, so this already it's a variable. Okay, so that's why in this time it's not used here the quotation. Okay, so that's why this
Okay.
problem occurred. So I simply remove this and then try to run again. So now it will work. But yeah. Okay, so now I can see the region. Total 4 class. Okay, total 4 class we can get in here. So total 4 class we can get all of those multi-polygon you can see for the 1, 2, 3. 0 is the vegetation, 1 is that 0 is that water, 2 is the urban, 1 is the urban, 2 is the vegetation, 3 is the barren land. Okay, so now we can get all of the classes list. So now we just simply develop the code. So just a minute, I have an urgent call.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can create the NDVI map and then try to show the result. Okay, so now there is a lot of way you can use here, the Sentinel image or Landsat image, any image you can use and try to develop the code and then try to make this NDVI map. Okay, so in this time I need to create the map. So I want to use here the suppose Landsat image. If you want, you can also use here the Sentinel-2 satellite images. So I give the example as the Landsat image. Okay, so I simply go to the browse data catalog and call the Landsat image. Go to the Landsat. So any types of indices you can easily create it, I hope. And then I want to use the Landsat, suppose Landsat 8 image collection. And I want to use the top of atmospheric satellite imagery. And then I want to simply copy. First of all, I simply copy this collection. Okay, then then put here, take a variable. Suppose I put the variable name such as L8 and apply this code in here. Okay, so I import my image collection. After that I need to filter this image collection. So I simply use here this first of all I filter it according to region. Use here the filter bounds function. Filter bounds with ROI. I check about my variable name. So lowercase ROI is the not upper, lowercase ROI. And after that I can simply put here my time period. So I want to observe the time series chart for filter. Suppose filter that I randomly put the time period such as year of 2020 1st January from year of 2020 suppose month of January, suppose 31. Okay, so I observe this between this time period, and then I need to create a function. This function we are using for creating a band of NDVI. Okay, so take a variable name, suppose add NDVI, and then create a function. Use the function keyword. Element name, I put the element name, suppose image, and then call this curly bracket. In this curly bracket I want to define my argument. My argument is that I want to create a NDVI. So I put the NDVI variable name and then call this element name image and use at the normalize difference function, and put here the normalized difference function such as NDVI for the Landsat image. We are using here the band 5 B5 near infrared, and also put here the band 4 red infrared. So you want to check the band about that. I can check again, near infrared and red infrared. Okay, near infrared minus red divided by near infrared plus red. Okay, this is our equation. So just I simply put the equation in here, and then I simply use the function. Okay, we also and also rename it. So I simply put here this rename function. Suppose put here the rename as a NDVI. Okay. After that, I simply use the return function, return this image, add band. I want to add a new band, add bands, and then simply call this variable name is that this variable is simply called NDVI, simply copy and paste. So now my function is created. This function I need to add with my collection. Okay, so there's a lot of way for connecting the function. So in this time I simply take a variable. Suppose I use the variable name. Suppose I put the same. I use the same variable. Suppose L8. Same variable I can put, and then simply call this L8 and paste here, and then use a map function. Okay, map function, and then call this variable function variable name add NDVI and paste here. Okay, so now it will be okay, and then I want to print this result. What can I do? I can say I simply use the print this L8. So now I can see in this time it also printed the extra band for NDVI, okay, which I created in here. So you can check this band. The band in this time you can see NDVI. Basically in this time for this month of you can see you can get only for the month of January. Okay, so January we can get only for the 2 images for my region, only for the 2 tiles we can get. So 2 tiles get total, we can get also extra band, we can see NDVI. Basically this band we created. Also you can see the second image we can also create this band NDVI. Okay, so now we can make the chart about that. So for that we need to plot about the chart. So let's go. So I simply take a variable. Suppose I put the variable name as a chart. Okay. Okay. So now I want to use a function. In this time, you can see there are a lot of region. Okay. Suppose we can get the some region for water. We can get the some region for vegetation. We can get the some region for build-up area. We also get the some region for water barren land. Okay. So in this time we can get the multi-region. Okay, multi-region. So that's why in this time we need to use the function UI dot chart dot image dot series by region. Okay, because in this time we create the chart from the multi-region. Okay, I simply use this UI dot chart the multi-region and then input all of the things one by one. All of the things we can put in here. So let's go. So for that, okay, so I make a dictionary, create a curly bracket start, as well also curly bracket in here. So first of all, image collection. The image collection is that my image. Okay. So in this time, I simply call my image collection is the L8. Okay, L8. I copy and paste. And then region. Regions in this time, my regions is that yes, regions will be regions. You can see I simply copy the same variable because all of the that I need to create at the same time. So I simply use here the regions. Okay, simply paste in here. Okay, then reducer. I want to put here the reducer. And suppose I create the mean NDVI. So use here the EE dot reducer dot mean, and then also put here the band. So band in this time, what is the band? Band is that NDVI band, okay, which I created. So NDVI. Then scale is the resolution of your satellite images. It will be 30-meter resolution. Okay. Okay. Then okay. So then in this time, okay. So in this time, okay, it's not need. I simply remove that. It's not need. Okay. Okay, so okay, it's not needs. I think text property. Yeah, in this time, I simply remove that and try to run the code and check about the result. Then you also try to add here the sum. Simply print that print chart. Now let's go about the chart. Check the result. Okay, so we can get the user memory limit exist. So a lot of polygon we can get. So we can try to increasing the scale value and then run again. Okay, because it's a lot of pixel value for the small resolution. So that's why I can increase and try to check again. My God. Yes, the problem showing that lot of pixel value, so that's why exists the did not get the chart. Yeah, try to solve the problem.
I think the pixel value are too much.
Yeah. Okay, so if it okay, so in this time, if okay, so in this time, suppose I want to show the result. Okay, so I also decreasing my area. Suppose time I take a new layer, geometry. So I can simply suppose this is my region. This is another problem for that when you want to work for this all of the chart at the same time, then we only need to work for the only for this. Suppose for this is my study area. Okay, so for this study area, I want to observe. I remove that RY and make it as a RY. RY, it also RY, lot of RY, it also RY, RY, RY. Okay, so all of the things change as a RY. Okay, now click to the run. So now I can check what happened. Error generation collection to list the value count must be positive for 0. Okay, so okay, I got the idea about that. These regions will be our full study area. Okay, just a minute. Okay, different approach. Okay, just before that, I simply use at this code. Simply use at. Okay, so I need to add some new options such as getting the result better. Okay, so I want to add here. Suppose I want to add here the set chart 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 type. I take the chart type as a suppose line chart. Line chart is already available, but here is the line chart. After that, I can simply put here the set series series names. Okay, I put here this series name as a list. All of the suppose okay, same name. I simply copy from here. Series name will be all of those things. Copy and paste. And in this time, we need to mention here the quotation. My God, copy the quotation. The quotation. See the quotation. See the quotation. Okay. So I simply put here this set series names. So set series names. So now we try to run again. Collection the value of the count must be positive got 0. Regions. Why it showing the 0 region? Class of water, the water list, class of water, to list, class of water size, and variable water list. Okay, class of water. Okay, this variable. Urban list, class of urban, and then it is class urban. Vegetation list, class vegetation. And physical and multiple. Okay, panel list, class parent. So first time you have to count the result, but in this time, why it not count? Okay. I think when I want to use the more small region, then it also some problem. It's not counting the zero. Okay, so this is our classified map. Okay, so now I want to apply this chart into the run. Here's the generating cannot set the properties undefined setting level. Okay, so set property line chart. Uh, yeah. It will work, I think.
Yeah. I think it should be from Google server.
Yeah. So in this time, it will showing a lot of pixel value. Okay, so I increasing the value and then try again.
My question now is, how can I apply all these long codes to this my own? How can I add them?
Okay, so in this time, this is a long code, so that's why we need to use the all of the code. Same process we can apply and apply the same way when you want to apply that. Okay, suppose you want to make for the Savi, you need to make for the EVI. So same process we need to apply, but in this time this result is not appear here. So first of all, we try to check the result. If the code will be work for that or not, we can check it. Short region. I can check what happened. Data columns for axis 0 cannot be typed as selection. So I want to select here, select for NDVI band. Okay.
What's the problem?
Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
We
it's
can
not
get
right.
that now. It is okay. What is the problem in here? Okay. So we can also make the beautiful chart. In this time, we not understand what that. So for that, we can also add some extra options. Suppose I want to add here, such as I want to add here. Suppose set option function. Use that the set options, and in the state option, I want to add something about that more code. For that, I want to use at the set option. I want to put here this. I want to use the function. This function called inter interpolate. Polate interpolate. Interpolate interpolate nulls. Interpolate nulls. I give the truth. Then also put here this another line. So I want line width. Here this line width such as 1, and also put here this such as point size such as 3. Okay, and also put here this suppose I put here the suppose title. I put the max title. Suppose I put the title such as title is I simply put here this suppose NDVI NDVI chart for all LULC class. You can use any name. I can put the chart look like this, and then put here the x-axis put here the title such as rate, as well as also put here the vertical axis or y level here the title such as the NDVI. Okay, here this NDVI. Now let's go about the chart. Okay, so now it's better. Simply click on here. We can get the class of water. So this is the class of water for NDVI time series chart. Okay, so it also better. In this time we can get only for the 2 emails data. Okay, so in this time, suppose I also want to add here the time data will increase. Suppose I want to need the data for the whole year of 2020. Here the 12. And now let's check about the chart. What the data we get. working?
I think so.
Total 1 year. Okay, so now you can get the variation. You can see for the different time period. Click on here, so you can see. Okay, so you want to need this type of chart, so that's why now it's appeared. You can see this chart, and from the chart we can easily identify the all of those classes. What is the condition for the NDVI for a specific time period? We can get download the CSV file data. We can check about the data set. You can see we can get the data look like this,
Yeah.
and it also look the very better. You can see, but I have some confusion about that. You have this code is the working for the long region or not? Okay, so because your region is a very big, yes, so that's why you
Very
also
well.
try to do that. Okay, so in this time, suppose I want to need the data for the my full study area, then check what happened. Suppose I want to need the data. So, so, okay, so I want to apply this code for my another code. Suppose I want to just open my another LULC map and apply this code in here. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so in this time, okay, so I want to create. So I simply open a new script. Suppose that's it. Water urban vegetation brand. Okay. Okay, so for this reason, I have to apply this code and now check about the results. So for that, I can simply copy the code from here. Suppose, yeah, just copy and paste here. In this time, I check about our result. Water, urban, vegetation. Okay, same serial. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, same serial. We can use in that. So then click to the run. And now check about the it is stuck the only for the water because I want to add the water as the vector layer.
I think the scale should have been
Yeah,
increased.
yeah. So okay, so he tried to increase the scale and thinking, what is the solution for the big region? How we can do that for showing the chart? In this time, a lot of polygon. Okay, so lot of polygon. It increasing the lot of area. So that's why this is another problem. Here,
Yeah.
check what can I do? Memory exists.
Ah.
But that we need to some change in our classification. We increasing the scale value in here, then it is also okay or not. For the training, I want to training that. My god, really another. Another problem when you want to make this chart according to the same all of the classes you want to make the time series chart at the same time, and it also so we try to increasing the scale in here. Let's suppose put here the 3000 and then check 3000 3000 and also put here 3000. Okay, then click the run. I can check what happened. Now count the value is 0. When I'm increasing the feature size, then it count the value as a 0. Okay. It's not 40.
I think the big region is a problem.
Yeah. Okay, so I also try to find out the solution about that and also discuss about the problem with some expert. What can we do about that? And if they are give me any feedback, then we also try to implement this code for the big region. Okay, so in this time there is no problem for the small region, because a small region the lot of a small pixel value or a small size, there is no problem. But when you want to implement this code for the big region, then it will be also problem. Okay. Okay, so we also try to discuss about the later. In the meantime, you also want to display the NDVI map. Okay, you can see here now I want to display the NDVI map, so it's very easy. So here you can see already created the NDVI function. So now for this I want to display the NDVI map. So very easy, just we can easily show that. Suppose I want to show the result such as use at the map dot add layer and then simply call my collection. So elite my collection. Simply call the collection elite and paste here. From elite I want to select only for the NDVI band, and now I want to display the result about such as I want to show the mean, it will be start from the -1, and also show the max about the +1, and also make the color plated about this, make a list such as blue and white, and also put at the full white and green. Okay, so now click to the run and take also put the layer name, suppose NDVI. Got it. Oh my god, it's showing the whole. Okay, we need to clip. Okay, just simply use that the in and also clip with ROI, Parkes ROI. Okay, so now it's okay. That is no problem. We can get the NDVI map only for this region. So using the same process, you also try to make for the Savi, all of the other map, we can easily create it. Okay, so I can see this is the NDVI map we can cut in here. Okay, so this is the NDVI map, and this is the our classified map, and this is the chart. Okay, so all of the things will be well when you want to work for the small region. Then when you want to apply the big region, you can get the face the problem. Okay, so I also try to find out the solution, and also because it's also needed, because basically we are using the Google Earth engine for the big geospatial data analysis. Okay, so I think there's some solution about
Yeah.
that. I also try to discuss, find out that, and also send you the feedback. Okay, so in this time I also send you this practice code. You also try to practice for the small region. Small region is the okay, there is no problem, I hope. Okay, so you also try to use the code and also the practice. Okay,
Hello.
yeah.
I'm combining the CCI image and
Yeah.
the Landsat, so I don't know if the process is the same because I'm not the CCI image is.
Yeah, process is the
I
same.
don't know.
In this time you can see also in this time you want to use the CCI image. So that's why when you want to put here this reduce region, you can see reduce vector. We create the reduce region vector in here. We also need to use the 30-meter resolution. You can see pixel size will be 30 meter. I put here, but when you want to use the CCI image, then you need to put here the CCI image resolution 300. Okay, so in this time you also
Okay.
try to use this code. You can also increase reduce your region. Okay, suppose you are using the same area, this area you want to use, but in this time you also reduce the region also. Okay, and then try to apply this code. Okay, then check what the result you can got. Okay, then also try to implement the code for full code. I hope it's not be work because it also big region. Okay, so greater than also big region for this your study area. So that's why I hope it will be not work, but we also try to find out the solution about that. In this time we also try to reduce your region and then try to find out the solution about this code. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so you can also try. Okay, I also send you the feedback and when I can got this about this learn. Okay, so thank you for joining. Okay, have a good day or night. Okay.
Then can
Yeah.
you help me check this? When I try to export it .csv, that my code, if I'm using this on it, is not going. It will keep loading for hours, and what I get is
Okay. So
I
basically,
don't know.
what you
It's not.
want to? Okay. So you are using here the function. Why? You want to export the TP image, yeah?
No, no, no. I want to export the data through CSV,
Okay.
but it's not going. It's giving me something I don't understand. It's not giving me a result.
Okay. So for the CSV, you want to extract the pixel value. Did you want to extract the pixel value?
No, just the data,
Data means that pixel value data from the satellite.
Yes,
For how much point you want to use in here?
just the code, the link I shared to you. When I try to get the time series is not working, so I try to export it directly through CSV so that I can get the data to run other analysis. But it's not working as well.
Okay. So where the link?
Yeah, you have the link. I sent it to you now. It's the same link, the same
Okay.
code.
Kindly mention again this link. I did not find out. Okay. Send me this code.
Through WhatsApp.
Okay. No problem.